Welcome everybody to the Thursday evening class. It's a half and half class. So it's half regular practice to release stress of the day because accumulation does happen and it does cause stagnation and blocks. And so we want to help remove tension from the day. But then we end with a restorative practice. We're going to have a mini practice tonight. And before we get started, though, I wanted to talk to you about people who are VATAing out. Okay, so what does that mean? I'm only bringing this up because for the last 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, pretty much every single client that has come in is VATAing out. So here's what that means. If you are VATAing out, it means that you are scattered, you're exhausted, you are like feeling chaotic inside, you're not sleeping very well at night. You can have any of these or all of these. You're not sleeping very well at night. Your schedule is getting disrupted. You are just feeling anxious and maybe even have some anxiety starting. And sleep disruptions in general, there's a few different things that happen, but the sleep disruptions that happen that are more Vata are waking up later after like 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. and on. That is the energies of Vata waking you up, waking people up, and then they can't go back to sleep. They're feeling anxious. I've actually had a few people have panic attacks and anxiousness that is making it so that they're having nightmares and things like that. So that means that you have too much Vata going on in your body. So our practice tonight is going to be to calm the Vata. We need to settle Vata. It's winter time. There's a lot of stuff going on that pushes Vata out of balance. Number one, it's winter and it's cold, right? So that pushes Vata out of balance. We live in the mountains here. By the way, Reno, for all of those of you who don't know where Reno is, because I can tell you right now, most people do not know where Reno is because I moved to Colorado. And my kids went to the schools there and everybody was like, oh, how do you like Las Vegas? And my kids were like, we've never been to Las Vegas because Las Vegas is so far away from Reno. LA is closer to Reno than Las Vegas, but Reno is near Lake Tahoe, which is in the mountains. We are in the Sierras here. We are above 5,000 feet here in Reno. So we get snow, we get cold. We live in a mountain, high desert climate. That also pushes Vata out of balance. So there's a lot of things that's disruptive for Vata. Anytime there's changes in the weather, and we keep having all these storms coming in, anytime there's a storm, that's going to push Vata out of balance. And then it starts to stabilize. And then boom, another storm pushes Vata out of balance. So there's just a lot that we have to look at and consider. And we are going to do a practice today that manages that. But the other thing that you have to do is you have to do the opposite of what Vata is. Vata is movement. It means movement, change. Every time you make a change, you are disrupting Vata inside yourself and around you. Okay, so routine is really important. Having a simple, consistent diet that is grounding, no raw foods. And you also want to stay away from snacking. You have a nice meal at a certain time, then you have another meal, and they want to be nourishing meals like broth, soups, and those kinds of things that nourish and hydrate and fuel the body. Go to bed at a consistent time. Do not watch devices and stimulate the mind. So no TV, no phones, nothing like that. Do yoga nidra. So if you don't know what yoga nidra is, look it up on YouTube. There's lots of yoga nidra out there. Nidra means sleep. So if you're not totally sure about everything that you can do, then it's time for you to get a consultation. Reach out to me and I will help you with all of your Vata disruptions. Okay, let's get started with our practice.